Well, fellas, it's been a bit since we've had a proper bug in this game, right? What was the last major bug that we had? It was the camera issue, right? Where you could curve your torpedoes and your shells because of the new camera position. That was fun. But that's not so bad. I think what we have on our hands today is a bit worse than that. You've probably seen the footage in the background right now. The invincible Marceau, the Marceau that gets absolutely dumpstered on by the team, gets set on fire in not one, not two, not three, but 4 spots, but yet when his health reaches 0, he simply doesn't die, and goes on to rampage through the friendly team and actually murder a lion by ramming him while he's at 0 HP. Yeah, that ain't right, is it, fellas? But it's not just this one instance, because I have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10-ish replays of similar things occurring in a variety of ships. For example, a Slava. That's quite the ship to be invincible, right? Ironically, being played by the same player. Actually, I don't think that's ironic. That's more intentional, right? And then have a Preußen as well that you'll see up on screen here as we go through this today. But yeah, this is the latest bug / exploit that is currently rampant in the game at the moment. You see, this, I gotta give Wargaming credit for this, because this got brought to my attention Monday night. Like, I go to bed at 9 p.m. like an old man, because I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, because I'm a teacher, right? So, right when I went to bed, my Discord started blowing up. I checked my emails, and sure enough, I had a bunch of these replays being sent my way of ships that are seemingly invincible, and despite whatever the team does, be it, charging them with torpedoes, dumping all of their main battery guns into them, they simply will not die. And, well, that's not exactly fun to go up against now, is it, fellas? So what's going on here? Well, you see, what happened is that the next season of Clan Battles is getting ready to kick off. And if you haven't been following along with what's going on in Clan Battles, well, this upcoming season, they are trying out something different. You see, there are going to be these team consumables available in Clan Battles, very similar to the consumables that you could use in the Pinata Hunt mode. The consumables that could, what was it like? It would activate damage con for all of your teammates, increase their speed, allow the, or disallow the enemy to cap and such, and make you and your teammates invincible for a few seconds. Well, there's apparently an exploit where if you get into a division in Clan Battles and change the mode and go into a random battles game, somehow that team consumable can get carried over into random battles, and you can activate it there and then carry out what you see going on screen. So I don't really know if you could call this a bug, because apparently there's a little bit more to it than that. You've got to do a couple of things and then it may or may not happen, but like, you can replicate it, right? And it's pretty intentional, right, to do this. It's not like the railgun bug. If you don't know what that is, what was that, like 2 years ago? There was a bug in game where if you were aiming at, let's say, a target 10 kilometers away, you pointed your camera down to the water right in front of your ship from 1 kilometer away and snap back up to that target at 10 kilometers away, your guns would fire, but they would fire as if they were firing at the water 2 kilometers away from you, but they would, be fired toward the target 10 kilometers away. So the shells would have the same travel time as if you were firing at the target 2 kilometers away from you, rather than if you were firing at the target 10 kilometers away, which means if you had like a Des Moines, whose super heavy AP shells have God tier penetration at close range, but you managed to snap at a target 15 kilometers away from you, you could citadel like battleships at 15 kilometers with the Des Moines, and the shells would travel across the water at like hypersonic speeds. It was hilarious to see. But like, that could occur in game accidentally if you're, suddenly rapidly switching from one target to another target. You could, conceivably accidentally carry that out. This, on the other hand, is something that you intentionally have to do. I could see it, maybe happening one time, but then like after that, you have to try to do this and carry this out. So even though I vaguely told you how to do it, I would highly recommend not taking advantage of this. Because Wargaming has said that it could be construed as a violation of the EULA, and sanctions, how do they word it? Could result in sanctions. I believe that is PR speak for bans. I would assume so, because obviously taking advantage of this and going into battle with an unkillable ship, that's pretty much handing your team a victory. Because, I mean, when you can literally sell into the enemy team with impunity and just ram their ships and blap them without having to worry about your own wellness, that's not fair, obviously. What's really weird, too, is that it's like the ship almost doesn't exist in game, but, like, they can still do damage and such, because the torpedoes, as you've probably noticed, they don't, like, hit the hull of the ship and explode. They go right underneath them. So it's like the ship almost doesn't exist in game. So that's weird. So yeah, obviously, you're wasting everyone's time. You're being a terrible person if you're intentionally exploiting this. Apparently, though, from one of the gentlemen that did do this, he says that apparently it's like the game never happened. It doesn't charge anyone credits. You don't get any XP from it. You don't earn any credits from it. So it's like the game just tosses it out because of what happens. Now, that's what he said. Is that accurate? I don't know. Even though we had our Tuesday night live stream and I streamed for 2.5 hours until my internet crapped out. Never happened to me at higher tier. So I can't speak from experience. So I don't know. In the replays I got, everyone just kind of rage quit at some point. So I don't have an end screen. So there's that. And if that's true, I mean, yeah, you're not wasting anybody's credits or anything, but you're still wasting, 10, 15 minutes of their time. Right? And, if I got home from work, I wanted to get on and just play some explodey boats, that would be pretty frustrating to me if I ran into a couple of these guys, right? Literally just wasting my time after I got home to decompress. Although, I guess playing Warships wouldn't exactly be the best thing in the world to decompress one way or another. So, yeah. But anyway, there is some good news to this, because Wargaming has pretty impressively got a hotfix together in a matter of 20-ish hours. So they issued a statement at 5 o'clock this morning that they were aware of the issue. And then today at 11 o'clock in the morning, they announced that they have a fix in the works for this that will be implemented tomorrow. Well, today for those of you watching at 11 o'clock UTC time. So, I mean, in a mere, what, 30-ish, 36-ish hours, I'm bad at math, they're going to have a fix out. From when it was first brought to my attention to fix. So, I mean, getting a fix out that fast is pretty impressive in my book. And obviously it is a huge bug that they need to get fixed as fast as possible. And that's what? Faster than the camera fix. I believe that's faster than the railgun fix as well. So, there's that. Now, the big question is, well, how does this happen? Well, I guess QC isn't really up to snuff. Granted, a lot of times when these bugs are figured out, it is a little bit difficult to make it happen the first time. But once you figure out, oh, if I do X, Y will happen, then you could obviously, repeat the steps you did in order to get Y, and then from there you tell your friends, and then your friends tell their friends, and so forth and so on, and then it's kind of just in God's hands at that point, right? So like the railgun bug, how often in the game do you suddenly have to switch from a target that's 2 kilometers away from you to like 14 kilometers away from you in a split second? Before the server can refresh, because that was what was happening with that bug. Not too often in a game like World of Warships. It's not Call of Duty where you're snapshotting targets left, right, and center. And obviously with clan battles not, really starting till Wednesday, I guess, they never thought to, go from clan battles to random battles, doing whatever you had to do in between in order to have the team consumables carry over into random battles. Because, you know, it's a relatively small team, right? It's not Call of Duty-sized dev team or a Star Citizen-sized dev team working on this to find every bug and exploit in between, but when it's something as bad as this, it is like, well, shouldn't you have really made sure those consumables couldn't have slipped their way into random battles? I mean, granted, like, we had Pinata Hunt with these same consumables. We've had other modes, like the Halloween events, with very similar consumables to this, that this invincibility thing is just a shield from Saving Transylvania that got ported to Pinata Hunt and now is being ported to clan battles. And in the past, this has never happened, so I'm not sure if it's because it's going from a no, because like Pinata Hunt's PvP. I was going to say, if it's going from a PvE to a PvP mode, that could be some of like the spaghetti code in between, but Pinata Hunt was PvP, and you didn't see people getting these consumables into random battles from Pinata Hunt, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you miss it. I mean, obviously, they know about it now, so hopefully it won't be an issue in the future, and thankfully, again, it is getting fixed in a relatively quick time, so there's that. And again, if you are playing before the hotfix goes live, don't try to repeat it. You could get banned, and, well, now you've lost your account and whatever monies you spent on the game. So there you go, guys. That's the invincibility bug. And then, again, thankfully, it is being fixed today, so we won't have to worry about it going forward. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Was this an obvious, glaring issue that Wargaming should have known about beforehand? Or is this something that, yeah, you gotta do, like, kind of a Rube Goldberg kind of series of steps to get it activated, so it's kind of, like, reasonable? Or do you think they should have caught it beforehand? Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful rest of the week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.